What up, y'all? It's your boy Chance. And I wanted to talk to you yesterday about my post that I posted up last night, which honestly I still very much, stand behind. And see, a lot of you motherfuckers out there that want to sit there and judge me. Well, there's two posts I actually want to talk about. First of all, you little motherfuckers that want to sit there and judge me and basically laugh in my face, call me lazy, say that I don't work and this and that for a living. The fact of the matter is, I do work for a living, dude. I work my ass off more in a fucking month than most of you little punk ass motherfuckers will ever do in a whole year. See, what y'all don't realize is while y'all are in school and, and you're turning around and being lazy as fucking not doing anything, what am I doing? I'm working 20 to 30 odd jobs a month, sometimes more, until the month of October. Then I'm doing my seasonal job, and then it's back on the grind with odd jobs on top of trying to get my custom clothing shop up off the ground and running full time. So yeah, I work a lot more than half you motherfuckers doing a whole goddamn year. And I'm sick of being called lazy from it. I'm not lazy. I bust my ass. So I don't know who the fuck you're calling lazy, because it sure as fuck ain't me. Now, topic number 2 I want to speak about is my post from last night. The reason I posted that is because I am beyond stressed out with the fact that I've put in 10 plus years of hard work and gotten nowhere. I've had people tell me, oh, you're going to make it through me, or I'll help you get somewhere and this and that. I can help you. I've got the right connections, or, oh, like, if you let me do this, I'll help you get there and I'll help you do all this stuff, you'll get signed to a major label and, you'll finally be able to start making money. And me not knowing, I fall for that shit. And where do I end up every time? Right here, stuck in the same spot that I've been stuck in for the last 10 years. And every day, while y'all were working your jobs, doing this, doing that, whatever, where am I at? Busting ass, sending mass emails to many different labels, sending in demo submissions, my bad. Doing all this different shit. I'm missing outings with my family. I'm missing holidays with my family. Hell, I'm even giving up my birthday, for God's sakes. Why am I giving all that up? Because I know that if I don't put in an extra ounce of hard ass work, the next guy is going to pass me up, and I'm not willing to be that guy that gets passed up. Because I know that if I put in that extra ounce of hard work that next guy isn't putting in, I could get my shot. And I'm honestly sick of being looked down upon by everybody. I'm sick and tired of being told that because of my physical appearance, I'm not going to get anywhere. And I know that I probably won't get anywhere because of my physical appearance. And that's why I'm doing this, to tear down that wall, to break down that wall, to throw that stereotype down the drain. Looks shouldn't mean anything when it comes to music. What should matter is your performance, your skill, what you have to offer. And that's what should matter, not looks. Looks should be secondary to performance. I see doing music, and I know a lot of you that do welding and forging, you guys might relate to this. You see, I see doing music like forging a blade. Yeah, you could have the nicest looking knife in the world or the nicest looking sword or whatever. It could be the world's most stunning blade. It could look real nice and really clean, really well done. But if it doesn't perform well, what good is it? What use is a blade that you cannot perform with? If you got a blade that you have that looks good but doesn't perform well, then what use is it? Honestly, I'd rather take a shitty looking blade that works really well over a nice looking blade that doesn't perform well at all any day of the week. Same with performance. If I ran a record label on my own, I was a major record label, I would rather take on the artist that has good, solid music, that has a brand new sound and a unique sound that can potentially gain the fan base of millions over that one fucking artist that has the looks and sure maybe has the talent, but is basically got trash music and is basically saying the same thing that everybody says on the fucking radio. I would rather take that underdog artist than take some dude that talks about gangs, drugs, and drive-bys every few fucking seconds, or talks about banging bitches and nigga this, nigga that. It's stupid. It's dumb. I'd rather have a good artist with a good message who looks different from society than to hang around another mainstream fucking wannabe idiot with no respect for music at all. And y'all wonder why I'm not, signed. These labels that sit there and do this shit to me is exactly why. They sit there and they judge me based on my physical appearance instead of my music. I have 2 full-fledged albums out on top of several hit singles. One of those hit singles being the best one of the fucking year since last year, with over 600 plays. So, I've worked my ass off. And I'm tired of being cast aside. I'm tired of being made out to be this dude that isn't going to get anywhere just because, I look different from the norm. Like I said before, it goes back to the forging analogy. Like I said, I see music like forging a blade. And for those of you that don't know, yes, I watched Forged in Fire. I love that show. But unless you have a blade that performs well, it can look good. But unless it performs well, what use is that blade? What use is that weapon? You're going to go out and you're going to have a stick in the way, and all you're going to have is a fucking shitty little pocket knife or blade. And when you got to take that blade out to get that branch out of the way or whatever for firewood or whatever, and you're not able to get through it, you're going to be screwed. Because that blade's either A, going to break, or it's just going to be so dull that you can't even fucking cut through butter with it. That's why I said this whole stigma of looks mattering needs to go away. I'm a prime example of somebody that looks different from the norm. Prime example. Yeah, I might look different than most, but you want to know something? You throw me up on that stage, yeah, I'd be a little bit nervous, but you know what? There's no place I'd rather be than up on that stage, performing my music, making a difference, making money for my family, so that I can provide for my family, so that I can make life easier for my moms and the rest of my family who have suffered through enough, who have worked their whole entire lives, who don't need to be working anymore. You see, a lot of people think that, I use my family as an excuse. No, I use my family as drive to get to where I want to be. My family is everything to me. And let me tell you something. Every fucking label I talk to always tells me, oh, I don't want to hear your life story. Well, you know what, motherfucker? My life story is what got me where I'm at today. My life story is what drove me to do what I'm doing today. My life story and everything that I've gone through, everything that I've fucking gone through, that I've dealt with, is the reason that I do what I do. So instead of sitting there judging me and turning me down, saying, you don't want to hear my family story, or, a sad sob story, well, you know what? I'm not just another sad sob story, all right? I am somebody who has physically faced death and survived as a fucking baby. I was not supposed to live. The day I was born was the day I was supposed to fucking die. End of fucking discussion. The day I was born was the day I was supposed to die. But guess what? Here I am, 28 years later, busting my ass, doing what I fucking love to do. Staring death in the face and saying fuck you to it every fucking day. And I don't just do that for myself. I just don't do that for my friends. I just don't do that for my family. I do it for everybody out there who is like me, who has gone through what I've gone through, who has seen the ups, who has seen the downs. I do it for everybody out there who gets pushed aside and cast aside by society. Everybody always asks me, well, what's your inspiration for your music? That's easy. It's two things. One, my family and friends and those that support me. and two, those that are like me who have been deemed unworthy by society, who have been deemed different, those with special needs, those who look different, those who actually have physical and mental problems, who don't have anybody to speak for them. There's a reason I call myself the voice for the special needs community, because I basically am. Because growing up, I was a special needs student. Growing up through school, that's what I was labeled as. And you know what? One thing I realized is those kids with special needs have a whole bigger outlook on life than most ever will in their fucking lifetime. Those kids know what it's like. They get judged by society every fucking day. They get looked down upon. They get frowned upon every day. They're the ones that I do it for. Not these little fucking cryptic assholes in society who think they're better than everyone. So to you record labels out there that want to sit there and judge me, I say this to you. Think about what you say before you say it. And let the person explain themselves before you go making a judgment call. Because maybe they got the best music in the world, but yet you don't want to hear because you're too focused on their physical fucking appearance instead of listening to their music and giving them a fucking chance. And I got told this a couple times over the last few months, is the reason these labels don't want to give me a chance because I don't respect them. I'm disrespectful, and that's not the case. I give these labels a chance. I give them a fucking reason to sign me. I tell them, hey, this is why you should sign me. This is a legitimate reason. This is the reason why I deserve to be signed. This is what I do. This is what I'm passionate about. This is my life's work. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And yet, what do I get? I get that thrown back in my face and told, fuck you. So yeah, I do try to give these labels a reason to sign me. I give them a very good reason many times. And yet, all I get in return for showing them respect and for giving them a reason is torn down. I get bashed on a lot. Hell, I can't even perform at fucking venues that I would like to perform at because of these people. Because they want to sit there and run their mouths about me, acting like they fucking know everything. Acting like they know me, they know what I'm about, they know who I am. But the truth is, they don't know shit about me. So what gives them the right to sit there and do what they do to me? I don't get it. Like I said, I give these labels a reason to sign me every fucking day. I give them a legitimate reason. And when I tell you something, this actually goes along with what I'm talking about, but this is something that happened back in 2014 when I went to go visit my dad down in Florida. I get down there, to visit him, having a good time. He asked me what I'm doing for work now. We're at the house chilling or whatever, watching NCIS or whatever's on. And, we're sitting there, kicking back. He's drinking on, like some beer or whatever. And I'm sitting there just chilling, drinking on a Monster Energy, drinking shit. Just chilling, having a good time, catching up. And he asked me what I do for work. And I told him that, I do music for work. I'm trying to make it a full-time career. And you want to know what he did? He sat there and laughed at me and basically told me that I need to give up and get a real job because music ain't going to cut it. And that unless I'm working a regular 9-to-5 job, any job I do, including music, I can be rich and famous and do music, but that still ain't enough. And that's part of what drove me to do what I'm doing now, to not only prove him wrong, but to prove all these motherfuckers out there that want to sit there and tear me down wrong. That's why I made the analogy of, comparing music to forging a blade. And for those of you, like I said, that do welding, that do, stuff like that, you guys will know exactly where I'm coming from. Because for those of you that don't know, I'm about to repeat it for the millionth time, but it's true. I see music like forging a blade. You can have the best, literally the most amazing looking blade in the world. It can be the world's most beautiful blade that the whole world can want to get their hands on. But unless that blade performs well, unless it's able to chop shit and it's able to do what it's designed to do, what use is that blade? What use is that? Just like with music, you can have the best artist in the world. He looks really good. He looks clean. He looks good. Haircut, slick back, whatever. And yet that dude could sit there and have the shittiest fucking radio music in the world. This dude could look good, but have fucking gang-ridden trash, crap, crack house type shit. And it would not be any good. And then you got somebody like me that comes along that is a master at their craft, that has worked their ass off over the years and performs well, does what they're supposed to do. I'm sorry, but I'd rather take that person that looks like me over this other idiot over here that looks like, he looks good, but his music's complete shit, and it sounds like shit I would hear on the radio every fucking day. That's why I don't listen to the fucking radio anymore. Because anymore, there's no good music on at all. It's mostly crap bullshit. For those of you wondering why I'm not signed to a label, this is exactly why. Because these labels would rather focus on my physical appearance and, not give my music a shot. They would rather sit there and be like, oh, you look, different. So why should we, listen to your music? Why should we give you a chance? Because we want you to look this way. We want you to be like this. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't want to change who I am. Why should I have to change my looks to satisfy everyone else's needs? I shouldn't have to change who I am just to get somewhere. It's not right. And that's why I say this to every fucking label out there that has ever bashed on me and has ever torn me down and has ever looked down upon me or said bad shit about me. I'm sorry, but I'm not changing who I am for nobody. Not for you, not for anyone. And if you can't accept the fact that I'm not going to sit there and change who I am physically for you and be like your other mainstream puppets, well, I'm sorry. You can take a fucking flying leap for all I care. I don't give a fuck. I am not changing who I am for nobody. I am who I am. And I'm not changing for nobody. Now, if you can accept that and you're willing to work with me, I can guarantee you I'm one of the hardest working artists ever. Because like I stated before, I've given up outings with my family for this. I've given up holidays. Hell, I've given up my birthday and Christmas for this shit before. And I will continue to do so if that's what it takes to be able to put food on my family's table, to be able to provide for my family so that we're just barely getting by. So that, we're not just, that whole barely getting by shit goes away. Like I said, would I be nervous getting up on that stage at first with my music? Fuck yeah, I would. But you know what? There's no place I'd rather be than feeding off the energy of the fucking crowd and doing what I love to do. Like I said, at first, yeah, I'd be a little bit intimidated, but you know what? I'd have fun with it. Give me like 5 minutes of being on that stage, I guarantee you I'll fucking kill that shit for the rest of the set. Because like I said, music is my life. I eat, sleep, and breathe that shit on a daily basis. Even when I'm not doing music, I'm constantly thinking of ideas musically to work with. Hell, I've had people telling me that I should literally be working with guys like Skrillex right now with the way my music is. And they're right, I really should be. Because let me tell you something, I remained the number one for the dubstep genre on the site Reverb Nation from 2010 up until last year. Because I haven't posted on there in years, that's why they took my rank down. But still, I remained number one for that entire time. So what I don't get is why that means nothing to you. And like I said, for those of you that are wondering why I'm not assigned, I hope now that you guys see exactly why. And I hope you guys now all see why I made the post that I made last night when I talked about this shit. Like I said, enough is enough. I'm tired of the judgment and I'm tired of being treated like shit. I'm tired of being led on and being lied to every day by people. I'm sick of it. If you're gonna help me get signed, then fucking do it. Don't just sit around and twiddle your fucking thumbs. Because I'm here. I'm raring to go. I'm ready. I'm done waiting. I'm done. Like I said, I'm sick of waiting. If you want to help me, then help me. Do something. And if you're not going to help me, get the fuck out of the way and move on. Let me go by so I can do what I got to do to make it. Peace.